Hello and welcome to Channel as a Service. Today we're going to talk briefly about what is an indirect sales channel and what does it mean. Just some explanation, give you some basic concepts. If you've not heard the terms before, give you some background. So without further ado, my name's Stuart Townsend. I started out my IT career at Sun Microsystems a long time ago and then moved to Oracle. For those of you that are old enough will remember, Sun invented Spark and Solaris and lots of great technology that have helped evolve to where we are today. I built a global startup ecosystem there called Sun Startup Essentials, which was working with the likes of Last.fm and Spotify, those sort of guys. Moved on to working with some startups, DataSift and Zendesk, pre-IPO and post, and that time built the largest big data global gathering called Big Data Week, and then left all of these to go and explore working in the real world. Background is love SaaS, love channel, and brought that experience together. So just to give you some basic background about sort of terminologies and such and what it all means. So, a channel is just how a company sells a product. It's a channel to market, a route to market. Direct is normally used when you've got a direct sales team. It's a company to an end user selling and invoicing and transacting. Indirect is where you're taking your product through another company, so anybody that resells another person's or another company's product or service. Affiliate, refers, introduces, all different terms. Affiliate is more about web traffic, but for the context of this explain, it's about referrers and introducers. They don't sell, but they're a lead generation mechanism. They bring you leads, you close them. A partner, legal term, means reseller, but it's normally in sort of legal documents. A VAR is a value-added reseller, so that's somebody that takes your products, adds integration or training or services on top of that, makes extra revenue. System integrated distributor, again, just sort of going down to different variants around that as well. So again, just to give you an idea, some context of some of the terminologies that could be pushed around when talking about channel. So what is a referral or introducer channel? What's that look like? So it's 100% commission. They get paid you get paid to bring you leads. So they'll bring you a lead, you'll close it, you'll do your normal sort of sales acquisition, sales closing model. And then once that's done and you got paid, you pay them. So normally consultants are working with sort of your clients or the sector your clients are in. The lead generation only, you own the client, you close the sale, all that sort of aspect. And they're normally trusted by the clients. They're normally consultants or contractors or third parties that are trusted advisors in there. It tends not to be a run rate business. It's random, it's hard because, again, you can't forecast where these individuals are going to come from, when they're going to refer you in, where the opportunity is, etc., etc. So what is a reseller channel? That's 100% commission indirect sales force. And I use the word commission in this sense that they buy your product off you at X and sell at Y. So in the B2B SaaS world, if you're selling per user per seat at $100 or $50, whatever it may be, they'll buy it at $30 or $70 or $80 and then sell it at $50 or $100. Simple as that. They take all the risk, they cover their own expenses, cost of sale is down to them, they're out there promoting your products, they're generating their own leads, a standard model. There are variances on this, but think about it as them being their own lead generation engine to drive that sale, and they purchase of you and then add some aspects around it, which could be services or integration work with you. Initially, they may co-sell with you when you're doing the enablement. That means you're selling together, doing the calls together. They're still buying X and selling at Y, but it's part of the enablement aspect, the training piece around it. So they work to deliver you sales leads that they close and take the cost of sale against and the expenses and risk with the client, etc., and drive it forward. A technology channel, that's something slightly different. It's a partnership around integrations. So it helps you expand your SaaS product, your B2B SaaS product, or solve customer issues of pain points that you necessarily don't want to buy or build against. The cooperative partners that have already done that will come into your ecosystem, solve it, and they sell to your customers, around those pain points around it. It's massively grown. You can see more of these integrations and these partnerships take place, especially around B2B SaaS. It tends to help sort of expand out the footprint of you're selling, even if it's going to different languages or translations and such. There's elements around that. So why an indirect channel? It's really down to yourselves. As a B2B SaaS organization, you want to expand your revenue capabilities and your service capabilities. But do you want to do that with direct OPEX, take headcount on board? Do you want to expand geographically and go international, put boots on the ground and incur that cost? Then you can do all this with the right partners. The right partners will help grow your service capabilities. The right partners will take you to different countries. Once they're fully trained, they'll be self-sufficient, as good or even not better than your sales force. They've got a vested interest. It's their business that they're running day to day. They have to make money, and generating that revenue through products like yourselves is how they do that. You can have a blend of referral, technology, and reseller partners. There's not one size fits all. It may be technology partners help you solve some issues around buy or build for customer problems. Referral partners bring you some nice logo wins for elements that you're trying to get into a logo and you can't. And the reseller helps expand your sales, indirect sales leads without too much of a challenge. So what can you do for your business? Again, quick recap. Gain access to customers you cannot. Maybe there's some logos to try to win, but they don't trust you, but they trust a partner of yours that's bigger and larger or in country. Reduce your services implementation overheads. Why fly people all over the place, different states, different countries to do services when you may have a partner that's literally 10 miles away that can help cover that. Grow your internationalization, your location, your language coverage. Let them do the initial boots on the ground test for you, and if it works, then go and open an office. Get the validation first, and then again, it's all about OPEX. Channel in itself can reduce that. Obviously, there is OPEX for headcount for channel people, but again, prove the model, make sure it works before you invest. Who owns the relationship? It's always a fundamental sort of question that's asked, and a sort of a concern when I'm working with B2B SaaS organizations is around this, and it seems to be a bugbear. In any standard software sale, the vendor has a direct sales to a customer. They own the relationship, own the risk, own the financial aspect. And that's same for a sort of refer technology partnership channel model. The only variant is a reseller. You have to think as a reseller as your customer and treat them as your customer and enable them and give them the right respect as your customer, because they're selling to their customers. And they have to have the confidence and credibility that what you're selling and what you're providing services against, etc., they can pull through to their customers and keep them happy. In terms of financial aspects, there's a contractual obligation between you, the B2B SaaS vendor, and the reseller partner for payments, etc., around that. But in terms of the reseller partner and the customer, they chase them for the money, etc. They're still on the hook to pay you no matter what happens to their customer. A very lightweight assumption model. We can all do data and metrics and sort of look at this, but in its simplest format is you can scale and grow a partner team with the number of partners they're managing, access their sales team and the deals that they're closing at a lower cost than you can for a direct model. That's in its simplest format. So what makes an indirect channel successful? So like I say, the channel partner, that's your customer, you're selling to them and they're selling your product through. So you need to treat them with respect and treat them as you would your own sales team as a customer. It may seem obvious, but companies get really sort of lazy, they don't assign resources, they get negligent, they think of channel as being painful or something that's competitive. You need to invest them. Once you invest in a channel and they're vested and they're driving services and getting revenue, they'll just keep putting more resources in. They'll hire more people around that. You wouldn't hire your sales team, sit them in the corner, not give them access to resources, enable them awareness of what's coming around the product, but still put targets on their head and KPIs and metrics around that. So if you want results, you've got to trust your reseller partners, help them succeed, and work with them collaboratively. So that's a quick walkthrough of channel indirect sales, what it actually means, just to give you some basic aspects and to get you started around some of the terminology. But if you'd like to know more, drop us an email, info@channelasaservice.com, or go to channelasaservice.com, set up a free 15-minute consultation. We can talk you through some of these aspects as well. Thank you.